Yeah, I'm a local competitor, and I don't know, I'm just facing Braun Strowman because I think it could really be my chance to, you know, just bring it.
What's up, I'm Pete Last Guy, and this is Raw Emotion, where I take a look at this week's Monday Night Raw and tell you a little bit about what I think and a lot about how I feel. I'm not going to cover everything, just the things that made me feel feelings, and let's start with that opening segment with the members of the Fatal 4-Way match that would take place in the main event later that night. It was great. From the nuclear boos that erupted when the camera so much as landed on Roman Reigns to Kevin Owens just dripping sarcasm the entire time. Just everything about it was wonderful. I liked that opening bit. It was great. Big Cass even got his obligatory genitalia joke in there at one point, so alright, wonderful. Yeah, but overall, I liked it. I enjoyed it. That was good times. Chris Jericho had a match against Neville this week, and it was great. I love Jericho's, little bit with a little interview with Tom Phillips there. Just when he did the Gift of Jericho thing, and then just ever so slightly raised his arm to block Tom's face. I don't know. That was just prime physical comedy. I loved that. That was just a little touch that was just so good. I loved it. The match itself, obviously wonderful. Tons of great wrestling. It's Neville. It's Chris Jericho. What else do you expect you're going to get? And here's the thing, man. This just showed me that the fact that Neville is back now, combined with just how good of a wrestler he is, shows me that he really deserves a push at this point, now that he's back. We don't know much about Neville as a character, we just know what he can do in the ring, and we love it. It's great, it's incredibly impressive, so let's give some time to actually, build that character, develop that character so we can invest in him, we can relate to him, we can actually get behind him. It'd be great to see a big push for Neville at this point. I'd be excited for it anyway. Moving on to the Nia Jax squash match, not much to say about it, except for the fact that Andrea, whatever the new interviewer person is that they've got here on Raw, kept just subtly insinuating, actually not that subtly insinuating, pretty much almost outright saying to the jobber of the week that they might literally die. I get it, Nia Jax is a monster, she's impressive, we see what you're doing, but come on, at least, play along for a second, The Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson segments continue to delight, especially for children and those with the comic sensibilities of children. That is until, of course, Dana Brooke showed up at the end of the segment dressed as a nurse, turning it into either a fetish film or a live-action adaptation of a Blink-182 album cover. Sami Zayn had a great match again this week. Looks like he recovered from that injury pretty well. And I love how Sami Zayn's gimmick is essentially just being that one friend that everybody has who's still, really into ska for whatever reason. But a great match overall, a lot of solid chain wrestling towards the beginning of it. Love to see that. Then we go into the mixed tag team match of the evening, which I love that they're doing this more often. I love to see that. Let's keep that up on a regular basis. It's a really interesting dynamic, especially when it involves Bayley tagging with the New Day. Oh, it's so great. The New Day? The New Daily? Actually, I think the New Daily should be the name of the New Day when Jon Stewart joined at SummerSlam. The New Daily show. I tried. The point is that Bayley and the New Day make a great mixed tag team, and that match was good. It was fun to watch. I would have liked to have seen the women get a little bit more time in the ring, but there was a hot tag situation, so that was kind of cool, but I would really like to see, a little bit more equal representation, it's 2016, Cesaro and Sheamus had their second of the best of 7 matches again this week. Cesaro ended up taking the loss, but he did have a great line in his promo beforehand where he said that Sheamus likes to throw his weight around, but I'm going to throw his weight around and around and around and around. I thought that was a really clever line. I enjoyed it. I laughed. Okay, I laughed. And then Sheamus with his in-ring promo does what all of us have been wanting to do for years and mocks that stupid what chant. I get it. I get the history, but I hate it. It's stupid, and nobody uses it right. Stop it. But a pretty solid match, pretty straightforward. Not a whole lot to comment on, except for that one spot where Cesaro got thrown butt first into the ring post and lands back first onto the ring apron. And when the camera zooms in on him selling, you can hear the ref pretty clearly saying, Claudio, are you okay? Claudio, are you alright? Whew. So hopefully Claudio is alright, but otherwise, good match. Loved it. Paul Heyman is a national treasure. Never forget that. His promo with Stephanie McMahon was just delightful. He's a wordsmith. He's a dramatic master. He's engaging. He's delightful. I absolutely love it. You love to hate him. He's just so filthy and so delightfully so. It's so good. That is, of course, except for that face he made at the end where he was obviously very pleased with himself. And so he was, I guess, laughing, I guess smiling, but it ended up looking more like can't do it, but it was ugly. There was another Primetime Players feud match again. That's all. Let's talk about that Fatal 4-Way. That was a good match. Wow, that was a good match. Real bodies everywhere type of match. I think Michael Cole at some point definitely said that phrase. It was very much a bodies everywhere type of match. It was hard hitting. There were a lot of big impressive spots from everybody involved. The vignettes, throughout Raw leading up to that for each of the contestants was great. It kind of gave you the idea that this was anybody's match. And they really built up Big Cass as this underdog, and you really start to get the feeling that, well, maybe Big Cass is going to take this. And the crowd was so behind him. He's such a crowd favorite. And then he's eliminated first. And the heat from the crowd when that happened. Such a good heel move on the part of WWE Creative. Ooh. Seth Rollins, of course, delivered exactly what you would hope to get from Seth Rollins. He was amazing. And then Roman, here's the thing. Roman Reigns, say what you want about him, say what you want about his character, about how well he is or isn't booked, obviously, but don't you dare say Roman Reigns can't wrestle. Whenever the crowd breaks out into chants of "you can't wrestle" when Roman's in the ring, it's completely ridiculous to me. It's stupid. That man is very good at wrestling. He can wrestle, and he's great to watch in the ring. If you have a problem with how he's booked, fine. Alright? If you have a problem with his character and how that's been developed and built, or how it hasn't been developed and built, fine. But don't act like he's not a good performer. Don't act like he's not a good worker in the ring, because he is. Stop it. Knock it off, alright? But let's get to the important part. The end, okay? Because suddenly, out of nowhere, surprise, losers! I can't do a good Triple H, but dude comes out of nowhere, haven't seen him since WrestleMania, shows up in a suit, takes care of Roman Reigns, throws him back in the ring, throws Seth back in the ring so Seth can get the pin and eliminate Roman, and then he goes and acts like he's gonna take care of Kevin Owens, but he turns around and boom, boom, pedigrees Seth Rollins, nods at Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens gets the pin. He's Universal Champion. What? What? Like, this ended like a pay-per-view, not an episode of Raw. This was exciting. This was new. This is fun. And I feel like this was something they just had to kind of bust out in an emergency situation because of what happened to Finn Balor's shoulder. And I did not expect WWE to come up with something this cool, this interesting, when they were under the pressure like that and had to just kind of improvise on the storylines. This is actually really exciting. I like to see the direction they're going, at least in terms of Raw. Not to mention the fact that now Kevin Owens holds the highest title on the flagship brand. That's exciting for someone who's been a Kevin Owens fan for any length of time, because Kevin Owens is fan-stinking-tastic. He is a huge talent in WWE, and it's incredibly gratifying to see him finally get what he's deserved. If you count the NXT championship, that makes him a Triple Crown champ. I don't think that actually does count, but still, Kevin Owens is Universal Champ. That match ending with the crowd chanting, "You deserve it," in rhythm with his music as it was playing. It was such this big moment, so dramatic and so... oh, it was great! I absolutely loved it! And there's no way I'm the only person who wants so badly to see Kevin Owens eventually go up against Finn Balor for that championship. I mean, maybe he won't hold it by the time Finn comes back, who knows? But I want to see it, man. Oh, I want to see it. Yeah. So that's it for this week's edition of Raw Emotion. Let me know in the comments what you want to see me talk about in the future, what you thought about this week's Monday Night Raw, and hey, go ahead and just drop a wicked elbow on that subscribe button. Keep up to date with other stuff we've got coming out here at BMB. Some great wrestling content. Of course, go ahead and share and like the video as well. Did I say that already? Who knows? It's YouTube. I could have said it a million times by now. Point is, thank you for watching. You've been a delight, I assume. That's all the time we got for today. Bye.